Hi, how the hell are you? Happy New Year. It's 2026. Isn't that incredible? That's just great. One thing I'm certainly not going to do this year is say that this is going to be the year, because that's not once worked out for us. So let's just not do that. This year, I'm going with an attitude of it's going to be a fine year. And then if my expectations are exceeded, what a wonderful surprise. You see? That's the way to do it. Just chill out, chill out. It doesn't have to be the best year ever. It might be, but let's chill out. Because it's 2026, I see the content already of like how to manifest everything and anything you've ever wanted in 2026, right? I can feel it. I can feel the eagerness to manifest. It's like every new year, it's like we've got to manifest. It's the vision boards, the affirmations, I gotta manifest my dream life. Like, what is that? I'll tell you how to manifest. I'll tell you how to manifest in 2026 with your eyes fucking closed, right? Like, I've got you covered there. I've got you covered. Manifestation and I have had a bit of a quarrel recently. Yes, a bit of a quarrel. Yes, Melly agrees. Now, I'm not gonna give you any fluff, okay? No fluff. Okay, hold the fluff. And not to gas this episode up here, but this might change the entire trajectory of your 2026. I'm not bullshitting here. So buckle up. Let's talk about this quarrel I had with manifestation. Sometimes it takes just the right amount of heartbreak to make you question everything. And I want you to know, over the last month, I was questioning everything. All of my beliefs. I didn't even know if the big man upstairs exists. Like, it was tricky there for a moment. I was like, what is happening? What is life? What is the universe? Is anybody up there? Why the fuck is this happening? Who am I? Is this all a scam? I went through the whole wave of it, and through some deep, and I mean deep, reflection and research, fighting and bickering with ChatGPT on this topic of manifestation, it really clicked. I really got it. And that happens. Like, sometimes with life events, heartbreak, whatever, it completely shifts your brain into high gear. That happens. And you have an awakening of sorts. I've had like 20 of these at this. I'm sorry, people. I think there's an alien outside. I'm not kidding. Sometimes it takes a life event, a significant life event, or a breakup, or heartbreak, or whatever, to kind of just have that awakening type moment where you're just like, whoa. And I feel like this awakening was especially significant because when I tell you I absolutely demolished all beliefs just to build it back up, please know I did. Like, I threw everything out the window. I was one tear away from chucking the crystals in the East River. I shit you not. And listen, I don't have it all figured out. Okay, none of us do. That's actually wildly narcissistic to think that you have all the answers. You don't. You don't. Unless, you're the big G himself. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You don't have all the answers. And that's fine. I like to stay curious. And honestly, it's not really been a choice. Every time I think I've entered calm waters, it's like, nope, psych. Here's the next lesson. We have a cameo from Melly. Come on. Do you know how to manifest? Oh. Melly has spoken. Melly wants to cuddle, so we really got to speed this thing up. To give you more context as to why this particular heartbreak triggered quite the grandiose revelation, well, it's because it was the blind side of a century. I was so close to this thing that I've wanted to manifest for so long, a relationship. And I thought, surely I'm right there. Like, surely I'm at the finish line here. And obviously that wasn't the case. And it made me really go inward of like, what is it about me that's manifested this experience? And I know that sounds a little like harsh on myself. Like, whoa, you can't blame your, like, whoa, with the blame game. I know. I think a lot of us, when we're manifesting, we get these specific ideas in our head where we're like, yeah, I want to manifest that thing. I want to manifest a relationship. I want to manifest a fancy car, the job, that title, working at that company, looking like that person. We get so fixated on what we want to manifest and never the why. Never. For some reason, the why is like completely not even considered in the process. So with that said, I'm going to tell you how to manifest in 2026. Let's do this. This is how you're going to manifest in 2026. Now, before you start listing off all of the things that you think you want to manifest, the first step here is don't. Take that list and throw it in the dumpster. Like, it's done. That list, it's toast. Try something new this year. This will be pretty controversial, but I want you to try something different this year. Throw away the list. It's done. It's toast. Enough with the lists. Save your time and energy. Don't even think about the vision board. Put the scissors away. The affirmations, not here. Not this year. You see where I'm going with this. Throw it all out the window. Because I guarantee you what you really need to do here is get to the root of why you want to manifest the thing. 90% of the time, when we create these lists and we start to do these routines and whatever, those lists, the techniques, it's completely originating from our attachments. And I'm not talking about your attachment style. The first thing you're gonna do is let it go. The whole list, forget about it. Forget the visualization, forget the journaling, forget the revision. Enough with the spells. Don't even think about going near an Etsy witch, okay? Let it go. Imagine if for once you just threw it all away, let it go, completely surrender, and trust the experience. What if I told you that there were 20 better things you could be manifesting, but you didn't know about it? Of course, you would be like, oh, well, I want the better thing. Yeah, no shit. The thing is, we create these ideas in our head of what we want to manifest, and it'll be stuff like a relationship, a boyfriend who's 6'5" with blue eyes. Like, it's like exhausting, right? The car, the job at the company that we want to work at, doing the thing. We think we have it all figured out, and we don't. And if you're anything like me, who would do the lists on the new moon and try to like fucking put my wish into Santa Claus and never saw any results, this is probably why. It's coming from a place of attachment. Our attachment to the idea, to the fantasy, to the thing. Really think about it for a second. Why do you want a relationship? What is your attachment to this idea of a relationship? And by the way, I'm not saying you can't have any of this. That is not what I'm saying. In a moment, I'm gonna get to how to expedite this shit, but we have to break it down like this. Otherwise, you are wasting your time every single year. I've been there. And I would tell people, oh, like this thing is taking a little longer to incubate, we'll get them next year. Like, no, these things like that we think we want to manifest, it is manifesting just in a much different way because the why is not aligned with what we really want. So when you think you want to manifest something, you really need to ask yourself, what is your attachment to it? What is at the root of what it is you're trying to manifest? Why are you doing it? Why do you want to work at that company? Why do you want that title? What if you were meant to do something entirely different that would make you 10 times more successful and 10 times more happier? You don't know what you don't know. Is it coming from a place of you thinking, if I achieve this thing, that will make me feel validated? Or if I can just do this thing, I won't feel as alone? Or if I could get the relationship, then I'll finally be chosen? What is it? When you're trying to manifest something, unaware of your attachment to it, in other words, unaware of your wounds associated with this thing, you will keep manifesting your wounds, not the thing. Shit, like taking a look at my 2025, yeah, I'm a freaking master manifester. I'll tell you that right now, 100, wowee. Take a look around. If you just take a look at your current reality and maybe like the last 6 months of events, that will tell you right there the state that you're manifesting from. Because people, we don't manifest what we want, we manifest what we are. So who the hell are you? Who are you? Of course, that thing that you've been trying to manifest that's disguised your wounds, your fears, your attachments, has very much so been revealing itself in 5 different languages to you. That is really the key here. If you have an attachment to a specific outcome where you're like, I want that thing, that's the thing. Forget about no, I want that thing. What you're really saying to the universe is, I'm dependent on this thing. And if you're dependent on something, we could argue then you're not fulfilled as you are. If you're not fulfilled, then you're in a state of lack. If you're in a state of lack, you're going to continuously manifest more evidence of lack. So going back to what I said earlier about canning all of the techniques, the one thing you should do in 2026, the only thing, is to completely prioritize doing the inner work, working on yourself. Your focus should be nowhere else but you. That is the only thing you should do to manifest in 2026. Just pure self. Work on your self-concept. Get to the root of your limiting beliefs. I feel like a P0 would be to sort out your identity, because your identity, again, is the root of it. You could do all of the techniques you want. You could sit there, visualize, affirm, vision board, spin around and clap your hands 3 times. I don't care. If you're manifesting with a broken identity from a place of lack or with an ounce of attachment, none of these techniques are going to work. You might get a piece of the cake, but you're not getting the full cake. It's not going to happen. You might get a taste of it, but then you won't be able to sustain it. Let's build this thing from concrete. When you are rooted in your power, and you are crystal clear on who the hell you are, and you embody the highest version of yourself, the rest will follow. It's not up for negotiation. At that point, it's science. Like, there's no mysticism from there. When I say your identity, what I really mean is your frequency. What signal are you sending out there? The signal you send out is exactly what you're getting back. So when I talk about identity, your attachments, whatever, that's the signal you're sending out. When you send out lack, you're getting back lack. When you don't choose yourself, you're going to get others who don't choose you. Everything is a goddamn mirror. So if I were you, I would forget the things, the job, the car, the house, in the town that you want to be in, with the guy that you think you want to be with. Forget it. Make this year the year of complete surrender. And I guarantee you will have your mind absolutely fucking blown if you would just focus on your frequency. In other words, you. Just focus on you. Attachment repels. Have you ever noticed the moment you want something is the moment you're not getting it? But the things that you don't want, you seem to just get so easily. It really is the same concept. It's all tied together. I'll say it maybe 5 more times in this episode. We do not manifest what we want. We manifest what we are. We stand in front of the mirror and say, I am magnetic ad nauseum. And yeah, you sure are magnetic. By default, you're magnetic, but what the hell are you magnetizing? Personally, it's every avoidant in the tri-state area. That's an issue. I thought I was magnetic. You are. I had to look at the state I was manifesting from, and oh my God, there was a shit ton of attachment. Attachment that I wasn't even aware of. And again, I'm not talking about attachment styles. The moment you desire something, the moment you're like, I want that, even that word want, feel it. It feels so stagnant. It has no room for flow. It would be totally different if it was like, I would love a car. I would love a nice house. I would love to have a good time, because you know what? At the root of it, I just want to experience freedom. Whoa, does that sound 10 times better? It sounds like it can flow. What is it that you want to feel and experience? And then become that. If it's love that you want, which we all want, and it's seemingly impossible nowadays. If love is what you want, become it. Forget about the person, forget about timing. And speaking of attachment covers everything. From what you want, when you want it, how you want it, all of that we become attached to. Where we're like, it has to happen by then, and it needs to be delivered to me in this way, and it has to look like this, and feel like this, and be this. It's like, whoa. Now going back to being the things that you want to manifest, if you want success in 2026, you probably want to feel validated. There's probably a level of confidence or ambition or security or freedom. These are things that you can easily evoke within yourself. Be it. Enough with the techniques. Seriously, Lose the techniques. Just be it. Really, this should be the year of you just aligning to your destiny. In my belief, we all have a purpose. We all have a destiny. We all have a path. I really do believe that. So how about you make 2026 about aligning to your highest frequency? And I have a really hard time believing that your ultimate destiny is tied to a specific person, a particular car, a particular city. Like, forget it. I feel like we get so wrapped up in manifesting. When I really broke down manifestation, I realized how many subconscious attachments we have that we don't even know about because it's on a subconscious level. It's like, whoa. And it's kind of scary because you buy the books or the course or the thing, and there's coaches now and content up the wazoo, and you're just like, I can manifest anything I want. Yeah, technically, 100%. But unless you're operating at Gandhi frequency, I can guarantee you're not manifesting from a place of complete and total security or a place where your identity is rock solid. Because why did you even want the thing in the first place? Because how did you even come into manifestation in the first place? How did you find out about it? I'm going to take a guess here and say you came across manifestation when you were feeling pretty low. And a part of you wanted to figure out a way, the answers to get you out of this like state that you were in. And that you created this belief of, oh, if I can just figure out how to manifest out of this, emphasis on out of this thing, escape this thing that I'm in, I'll be fine. That's exactly how I started with manifestation, to a T. I was going through a gnarly breakup. I was at the lowest point in my life. And then I started on this spiritual journey where I was like, ooh, manifestation. This means that there's this world outside of here that I can just like tap into. And it's almost a form of escapism where you're like, it's out there. And after so many failed manifestation attempts, I really started to question it, where I was like, well then, I guess this is a complete scam and I cannot have anything I want. No, I can. I'm getting exactly what I want. When I'm manifesting something from I want to feel chosen, that means I don't feel chosen. Take my Victoria's Secret Angel manifestation, how I want to be a Victoria's Secret Angel. Why the fuck do I want to do that? There's nothing wrong with it. But in my current state, you can name about 5 not so healthy things associated with this manifestation. From validation all the way to my self-worth. It's like, if I could be a Victoria's Secret angel, then I'll finally be good enough. You see where I'm manifesting from? It doesn't feel right. That's not right. If I got myself to a point that wasn't performative, by the way, that was really genuinely, authentically me, where I was like, I am the embodiment of a Victoria's Secret angel, and I feel it, and that's just who I am. That's how I move. That's how I walk. And I don't need Victoria's Secret to prove that to me. They'll probably be calling me, but I don't need to call them or chase after them. I'm just me. I think I know who Victoria's Secret's calling. That seems like a much different manifesting experience. I mean, that feels, whoa, pretty powerful, right? So really, the way to manifest in 2026 is don't manifest. Because let's be honest, who are we fooling? We're all human. We have a past. We have experiences. We came out the womb as a clean slate. And then over the years, we had these experiences that created fears, that created wounds, that created limiting beliefs. So none of us are crystal clean. Unless, you're a monk. I don't know. Even then, you still might have things you need to work through. None of us are complete perfection. So for as long as you're manifesting things from that strange place, and I'm sure a lot of us feel this way, manifesting love seems to be the hardest for a lot of us, okay? It seems to be the most tricky because with love comes so much attachment, so many expectations. That's why it's, for a lot of us, significantly harder. But again, if you look at who you truly are and what you are embodying and the frequency that you are consistently sending out, you'd see that you've actually been pretty successful at manifesting this whole time. And I hope you know I'm referring to the negative experiences you've probably had over the last few years with love, if that is your situation. Our feelings, emotions, emit an energy. Energy is what manifests. It's not this thing of like, you get to pick any object you want. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm a manifesting guru. I've manifested some pretty wild things. But when I look at the pattern, at least for myself, of the things that I've manifested and the things I just for the life of me cannot seem to call in, it's pretty clear what's going wrong. I see that the things that I have the most attachment with, the things that I want so badly, are the things that have not even remotely come my way. And if they have, they've come in pretty shitty packaging. Like, it was not fabulous. And the things that I didn't even consider affirming for came like that, like effortless. It was just like, oh, it's here the next day, Amazon style. Now I'm gonna take it even further. Whoa. I know this is like, where are we going here? In 2026, we should completely eliminate the word manifest, because a lot of us subconsciously associate the word manifest with what we're lacking. I want to manifest this thing because I'm lacking it. So already it's off to a rocky start. We are starting from a place of lack, folks. How about we make 2026 the year of receiving? That sounds a lot easier to just receive. You mean I get to sit back, relax, not be attached to anything, not be fearful of what if I don't get that thing that I think and just receive? Yeah. Oh yeah. Imagine that. Or let's make it the year that blows our panties off. Expectations exceeded. Things we didn't even know we wanted. How about that? You're wasting your time with these techniques. The funniest thing is, normally beginners with manifestation are the best manifestors. They're the best manifestors because they haven't been able to complicate it yet. They haven't been able to drum up all the things that they want to manifest and get really detailed with it and just make it this circus. Like, they're not doing that. A beginner is probably like, oh, sounds kind of cool. I want to try manifesting a G-Wagon. Who knows if it'll work out? And normally, they're the ones who manifest the fastest and the easiest and the most successful because they haven't complicated it yet. And they're really probably not neurotic about manifesting things. And it just creates more and more and more lack that's built upon our fears. And it's just crazy. It's actually crazy what's gone on. And what makes me kind of sad, I'm not saying that I'm not trying to be too negative here, but it does make me a little bit sad how many people are profiting off of this manifestation thing. It's wild to me. And they're promising you these things of you can have anything, if you just do it this way. And the craziest part is the more you're doing these routines and techniques and coaches and whatever, the more your attachment is building to the thing. Because at this point, you've probably paid a coach $500 to help you get the thing. Now you really want to see the return on your money. And so help you God, you better get that thing. But right there is so much attachment. Your only focus this year truly should just be getting your frequency all the way up to a place where you are so in love with yourself. You feel so safe and secure within yourself. As you are, you choose yourself every single day. You prioritize yourself every single day. And you reach a point where that self-concept, your identity, your true identity is unwavering, no matter the circumstances. You instantaneously align to what it is you really desire. That's the funny bit. That's how you do it. And before you come for me, I'm not saying affirmations don't work. They do. I'm not saying that visualization doesn't work. I'm not saying all of these techniques are a waste of your time. They're really not. But again, if you're not clear on your identity, what are you really manifesting? Seriously. Take current inventory. Zoom all the way out. Grab some popcorn and a pen and paper. Get a cup of tea. Zoom all the way out. Look down on your, remove yourself from your body. Look at this individual as if it wasn't you. Just look at this person. I'm looking down at myself. Okay, what is she doing? How does she move? How does she act? What's her job? Where does she live? Why does she live there? Why does she have that job? Who are her friends? Is she single? Is she not? Who are her past partner? Like, really take the whole thing apart. And you might realize that that's not who you even want to be. I can promise you, you'll realize that that's not who you really are. These things, you're like a product of your environment and experiences and wounds. Like, zoom it out, see it all on paper. It'll be shocking at first, and then deconstruct it. Who the hell do you want to be? And really, who the hell are you? What is your authentic frequency, your baseline, your natural frequency that's effortless? That's not something performative that you have to like create new habits with. Like, take away the wounds, take away the experiences you've had, take away the breakups, take away the rejection, all of it. Who are you really at your core? Because if you're able to show up authentically and just operate at your natural, radiant frequency, whoa, it's game over. It is literally like, that's a wrap. You're going to have an exceptional year. My hope for all of us in 2026 is to get back to our most authentic self, to just forget the outside noise. You're torturing yourself with the techniques. Like, just throw it all away and leave it up to the universe. That's not to throw away your power. That's not to like say that you have no power or control over your own reality. Like, in a way, you kind of don't. We're all human. A lot of us aren't aware of what's going on underneath the surface. A lot of us aren't. And even if you've read every Joe Dispenza book, even if you are a professional manifester, you've done a retreat, you still might not know all of the things going on underneath the surface. These things, it's like, we'll never have it all figured out. We are human. So why not take the pressure off of manifesting? Remember, we're not even going to use that word anymore, and just receive. If you've had a lot of failed manifestation attempts, you might even subconsciously associate the word manifestation with, I might not get it. So you might have to really change up your vocabulary and adopt this whole receiving thing and give it like a rebrand, because you might be in that frequency of, ooh, manifestation. I remember the times I haven't manifested, and that might, ooh, and now I'm gonna like try extra harder this time. Ooh, there's the attachment creeping in, and here we are. It's a vicious cycle. I'm already putting this stuff into practice. I really am, where I'm just like, forget it. Enough with the subliminals, the affirmations, the all of it. I am so locked in on me, myself, and I, and everything else is just noise and la la la. I cannot hear it. It's been life-changing. I can't believe I haven't been operating like this for longer here. I mean, I'm 30 years in and I'm just starting now, but whatever, better late than never. It really is so refreshing, and it's 10 times more enjoyable to just be like, yeah, fuck it. I don't have to try anymore. And I'm having so much fun just focusing on me and tuning it all out. I'm actually taking action instead of wondering or waiting or trying hard. It's like the law of least effort. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but it's like, just stop. More or less, that's the law. Like, give it a rest, cut it out. That's what the law is. Now, I know this was a pretty extreme take on manifestation, but I promise you, like, this is not where it starts and stops, okay? This is just a reset. Think of this episode, this reframe, as a reset. Push the reset button on manifestation altogether. And really, next, the work is on ourselves, like to just work on ourselves, get to the root of these things and heal these things. Heal them. Awareness is step one. So like, we're there. And I'm not done here. I'm not done with manifestation. Like, there's so much more that I've discovered in the last week alone, but I'm sure there's more that I will continue to discover on manifestation, the universe, whatever. Like, we are just getting started. There's never like a finish line with this thing, with life. Like, there's no finish line. We are constantly growing, evolving. So like, come on this fucking journey with me. Would you? Like, it's going to be a good time. This is not the end of manifestation. I promise you, there's so much more I want to talk about, and I will. But like, we have to reset here. I feel like it's been spun up to be something that it's not. And Personally, it became so exhausting because I started blaming it for things going wrong in my life and questioning it and getting frustrated with it. Like, whew, I am not bringing that energy into 2026. No way, Jose, we're not doing it. So join me. Come on, cut the crap. Let's do this together and let it go. Make it the year of receiving. You don't have it all figured out. Whatever you are thinking of paying a manifestation coach, pause, save your money, and put it towards a flight to Europe. Please, you don't know what you want. You don't know what you really want. And again, if you got a letter in the mail today that said, hey, if you stop chasing this thing, I'll give you something 20 times better, you would do it. Why not try? Take the risk. Maybe there is something better out there. No more attachment, no more lack. Let's find fulfillment. For as long as you can't find peace within yourself, you're forever going to be looking for it. So if you want peace, if you want happiness, if you want love, start within. It is not out there. All of the things that you're looking for out there means that you don't already have it. We don't manifest what we want, we manifest what we are. So if you are lacking those things, you will be reflected that experience 20 more times until you get the message. But that's it. That is all I've got for you. I hope you guys liked this. I'm really excited. I secured 3 guests, people, 3 guests to come on the show, and I'm really excited about them. I'm not going to tell you who they are just yet. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and comment down below if you have any questions, topics you want me to cover next. And make sure you check out my Psycho and Psychic TikTok because I'm doing celebrity tarot readings there. And if you made it this far, I'm really grateful for you. So, okay, bye.